You are listening to 100.9 FM. This is KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. You are listening to the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. Man, B-Luv, the intro sounds the same every time, huh?
Yeah, I like
and
that.
We got to try to make some like a voiceover or like a one of those Zapp and Roger voices or something like that.
There you go, yeah.
Hey, this is your host, Coach Q, is in the house, and I'm also joined by B-Luv.
What's up, everybody?
Where
What's
you
up?
at, B-Luv?
I'm in the
That's
house.
what I'm talking about right there. Hey, early on in the show, we are joined by DJ Guaranteed.
The man.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, hey, DJ Guaranteed's joining us for our very first topics of the day. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a full show for you today. We're going to do early shout outs. Of course, we always start out with that. Got a number of things to give shout outs for. We're going to talk about a big basketball news in the NBA. I know not too many people around watch the NBA too much. The ratings are way down, but what had happened in this trade is a big reason why the NBA is trying to build it back up so people start watching again. So we'll talk about that big trade later on the show. Then this coming weekend, B-Luv, Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right.
Super Bowl Sunday. And we're going to talk about the Super Bowl here in a little bit, and we're all going to give our picks, who we think's going to win. Maybe what we're all gonna be doing on Super Bowl Sunday, and then we're gonna get into some big news that came out this week. Like B-Luv said, there's no contract signed, but the agreement between Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has been agreed upon, that they're gonna go ahead and fight this one out sometime in September of this year out in Las Vegas. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit, because I know that each one of us, every time Bud fights or Canelo, we're watching,
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that. And then we have about 2 weeks of Winnebago basketball, boys and girls, to catch up on, and we Winnebago, the girls and the boys are this week. The Lewis and Clark conference tournament is going on, so we're going to talk about that. And then last but not least on our agenda, we're going to be talking about the Winnebago high school wrestling team. The boys and girls come back with some conference hardware that we're going to talk about, and hoping to hear from some of the wrestlers if they can make it from practice, So that's what we're going to be doing today, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully you'll stay tuned, and maybe if you guys have any comments or anything about any of the topics that we're talking about, please add them on to our Facebook page. Just comment, and DJ Bessami's here, and she'll read those comments off to us, and maybe we'll give you part of the discussion. So, hey, let's get it going. So how you guys feeling today? Good.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys been both watching a lot of sports the last couple of weeks?
We've been kind of keeping. I've been kind of looking into the news and stuff to making sure, because I seen hey, they said with Bud Crawford and everything, is it a possibility? It's he's gonna go up the weight class, and you see those other kind of fake Facebook pages. Yeah. And you're like, is that gonna be for real? So when that time comes, we'll discuss it more and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. Sports, man, I can't seem to stay home. Myself, I'm in my older age. Sitting around the house, you watched every movie. Maybe your favorite team's not playing on TV, so
yeah.
I'm going to other people's games and stuff out and about. And enjoying my time.
It's about that time. Yeah. And you talk about wrestling too. I know that we love covering, especially when they wrestled down there at the what is this, the CHI Arena? Is that what it's called and stuff?
Yeah.
When Winnebago sends some of the girls and the guys down there for, man, if you never experienced that tournament and stuff, it is wild. It is crazy. It is awesome. So hopefully they get to send somebody so we can cover it at the Win.
Oh man, that'd be great.
That's the state tournament?
Yeah, it is in the CHI. That's where Creighton Blue Jays play. All the big concerts are there and stuff.
Yeah.
But we get kind of behind the scene access and everything. Get to go up to their matches and take some pictures. And man, I tell you what, the coaches are. I think they're more nervous than the wrestlers. You know what I mean? And they're hollering out moves and everything too. So I'm excited for that interview when that time comes, if they come up here.
That'd be great. And it seems like the girls and the boys wrestling team have been regulars on this show. Each season, and then even in the summertime, they always got good stories about their Disney duels and stuff like that. So it's it kind of seems like family when the kids get up here from the wrestling team. So
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
big
We kind of
shout out.
jumped ahead of us. We didn't get our shout outs.
Oh no, I think we were still just starting to chopping up for
okay.
talking about sports we watch anyway. But let's get into it then.
Go ahead.
Let's get into it.
Lead us off, Gary.
Oh, go ahead, G. You got any early shout outs that you
Coach
want to give?
Coach got a whole list.
I got a little list over here.
Oh, okay. So tell me how this section goes here. Just shout out any athletics or what I seen this week.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what. I got one. My son joined the bowling team, and that wasn't a sport back in the days and stuff. But I was telling him a little bit about his dad back in. I got a little something here. I know you guys like the back in my days kind of section, right? Back in Buff and Q days.
Little Lewis Bowl action.
I gotta tell you what, Wayne State College, and I was a RA, resident assistant, so I was in charge of my guys. I said, man, we gotta bring some hardware back to Nyhart, representing Nyhart dorm, right? And so I told him, I said, you guys get into flag football, you guys get into basketball, get into bowling and everything. So we got a little bowling team together. Sure enough, we won that thing, man.
Bragging rights. Bragging rights.
So I was telling my son, make sure you bowl right. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's my shout out.
That's cool. That's
Chip
cool.
off the old block.
Yeah. Well, I got a little early shout out. You know me, I always give my grandkids shout outs over here. But I travel around to watch them play up in the cities, and I got another granddaughter that plays with Bancroft, so we just had a Winnebago and Bancroft play against each other the other day. So I just want to give a shout out to both my granddaughters there, Layla Blackhawk and Cassidy Bass. They just got done winning a tournament in South Sioux playing together with the Bancroft team. So this is the first time, that they champed out too. So that was their first one. So
first of many.
Yeah, and then the very next day, then they're playing against each other. So it was kind of, I don't like those games. I don't like cheering for both. I mean, I cheer for them both, but, and then, Cass got some friends on a other team that she's really close to. And so it's kind of fun to watch them like that and watch how they grow together, and never know, see what happens from here.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's kind of tough playing against your close friends and whatnot,
Yeah.
But you think back to when you were competing, those are some of the funnest games.
Yeah.
Right? Our memories anyway,
Yeah.
So
Well, you seen Cass, her friend got hurt. She kind of decked her on Cass's last fall. Then she kind of helped her up, picked her up, carried her off carried off to the bench. So, I mean, that was real close. She was real close. So, I mean, they did good. Then the team we had up here, the other one, the 5th grade girls, they, something weird happened to them. They won their first match on Friday night, and then they ended up getting slapped around the rest of the weekend. And they only had one loss until then. They're 21-1 up until then. So they kind of didn't know how to act. I just want to say to that TB select team, you girls keep your heads up. That's just, you can't win every single game. You're learning when you come across a couple of losses. You don't actually lose, you learn.
There you go.
So if you don't like the feeling, then we got to be serious, practice, and run hard and play harder. Yeah. So just a little heads up to my TV select team.
All right.
Nice.
Hey, those are good shout outs, gentlemen. Good shout outs. And I do got a short list of shout outs over here, and I'm going to try to get through them real quick. Like my number one shout out is I'm going to give a shout out to my new grandson. His name is Miles Scott Harlan. He's my 9th grandson. And so shout out to his mom, Donette, and his papa. You guys did real good, so good shout out to you guys. I know he's gonna be on this show here probably in about 15 years, so that's what I'm talking about. And then another little shout out to all the Winnebago teams that represented this past weekend at the February Frenzy up in Sioux City, Iowa, and North Sioux, South Dakota. We had probably about 12 Winnebago teams up there, all different grades and stuff like that. So we had a number of our teams champ out, and I do got to give a special shout out to the 4th grade girls, the Little Wowunks basketball squad. These girls have been together since kindergarten, and they always come up short. Second place, third place. This past weekend was their very first championship that they won, and B-Luv was up there, got to see it too. So I was real glad he was up there, B-Luv, to witness and represent for those little girls. They just enjoyed it. They enjoyed it to the fullest. Their first championship. So
that's cool.
Shout out to those girls there. And then how about one of the Chujunks here, Sylvia Valentino. just got word that she is going to be transferring to York College down in York, Nebraska, where she's going to continue on her education. She's getting a psychology degree, and also she's going to continue on playing basketball. She has 2 years of eligibility left. She said, in those 2 years she could finish up both basketball and her degree.
Nice.
And she plans on coming back and helping out the people, so
for sure.
Good shout out for that young lady there.
I just want to make mention on that too. She was part of the HCI crew. That Ashley works for HCI, and they were kind of in the same office and stuff too. Good worker, and I know that her parents and stuff are very proud of her. So keep up the good work out there representing.
Yeah, and I did tell her to don't stop making your parents and your community and all of native country proud, man. Because the further these kids go and the further they push themselves, and the better they're making it for all of us.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of you that don't that can't put a face with a name, she was one of our point guards when our girls went down and took fourth in the state basketball tournament a while back.
Yep.
So she was one of our little.
How would you describe her play? She's pretty scrappy.
Kind of all around.
Yeah.
All around. She likes to scrap on defense.
Can shoot.
In high school, she was a good passer too, and she loved shooting a three.
Yeah,
she loved shooting a three.
Yeah,
but and then her parents is Richard Valentino and Jessica Valentino. From Walt Hill. So, those guys are former athletes too. Rich used to play football, a hard hitter for Winnebago, and then Jess.
Nobody wanted to do that drill. You remember that drill?
Oh yeah,
I was a little bit.
What was that drill called? I don't know if we can say it on here.
Call it a love box.
Love box.
Then you could go up. I heard stories about that. I didn't go to school with him and stuff. But
it was fun. Yeah, he used to be a little hitter. He's younger than me. I probably would have tried him in high school. But yeah, he's younger than me. But I was like him and Trav Mallory, Tyrone LaRose. So that tells you. That tells you had to be able to hit on that team.
And then shout out to her mom too, because Jess was an all-around athlete. She played volleyball, basketball, track when she was in high school too. So
Sylvia's brother was part of the Hill. Remember then when they got runner-up?
Oh yeah, DeAndre is part of that
Sargento
runner-up team back in 2016. Good shout out. And then so next shout out goes out to the Omaha Nation boys and the girls squad. They traveled up to, I believe it's in Huron.
I think it's Mitchell, South Dakota.
Mitchell,
They go to Mitchell.
DOC, isn't it called?
Yeah, DOC, the Dakota Oyate
Challenge or something.
Yeah. And but the boys and girls teams traveled up there. They both come out champions.
Nice.
So shout out to them.
Congrats, guys.
Yeah, a special shout out. I mean, not to try to say that one's better than the other, but special shout out to the girls because it's their three-peat.
Dang.
It's their three-peat.
Kind of set the precedent for the Chiefs, huh? Because the Chiefs, Kansas City.
Then a number of them made the team that made all the awards, the All-Star team and MVP team and stuff like that. So I believe
one of the twins got MVP for the girls.
I think it was that Michael Parker got MVP, All-Star MVP, the shooter, the guard, and then one of the twins got the All-Star defensive player.
Nice.
And then those Franklin, I can't remember his last name, Franklin Sheridan. I believe he got the All-Star up there too. So congratulations. They also took fourth place in the hand game, I believe.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Yeah.
So congratulations to Omaha Nation for doing a great job up there representing our local area here.
Yep.
Representing the tribe there. So
hey, one of the things we kind of want to put a plug in too is like we're always trying to, as the big voice, expand our revenue and stuff, and you guys do commentating. But if any of these tournaments and stuff, if you have like a school or maybe the tribe or something like that want us to come out to cover that game, because they play them like, I think the next game is like in Wausau or something like that.
Yeah.
We can ask Wausau like, hey, can Big Voice come in? Because you always hear like what is the Bull. West Point covers, and they do audio coverage, but we bring in our live stream equipment and all that stuff too. So shoot, man, if you guys have an idea, because I was even mentioning too, it'd be nice to cover Bancroft if they make a deep run into the state tournament or something like that. Cover them, because I know they got some Omaha players and Winnebago players on their team.
I was gonna bring that up too. You're good call on that. They last night they played North Bend down in. Oh, where was they at? I can't remember where they're at.
West Point, I think.
West Point, yeah. They were down 19 points going into the second half, and they come back and won by 5.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Nice. They got hot.
Yeah, but one of the Omaha boys, Porter boy, got hot shooting threes.
We watched them when they played Bagel here.
Yeah,
pretty good player.
They're all pretty. I mean, they got a solid 5, maybe 6.
Yeah.
But that's their only downfall is the bench ain't deep. But the 5 and 6 that play a lot, they're all pretty decent.
Yeah.
They're pretty decent.
Yeah,
you know?
and then they take care of the basketball pretty good too.
Yeah.
Pretty smart with the basketball.
Not to brag or anything, but I got a grandson playing there too again. So Kenny Blackhawks, Kenny Blackhawks boy KJ, he's their starting 2 guard, and he also jump balls for him. He's the shortest guy. But he could jump the highest, so that's why they put him out there. But yeah, he was kind of off shooting last night, but he locked up their number 1 scorer. Locked him, held him to 6 points. So they did pretty good.
Cool,
Shout out to my grandson KJ.
Hey, we're in that spot. Early shout outs.
Yeah.
All right, so hey, my next shout out is going to be going out to the Big Voice Sports live stream crew. I got to give a shout out to them. They've been putting in a lot of work, going with the setup, the link up, and then having coverage on the floor, having coverage from above, and then doing play-by-play, and then expert analysis, and then everything in the production that goes behind it, all that. I think that the guys are really doing a good job. I think we're getting a lot of positive feedback and a lot of shares on our live feed too. So big shout out to the crew. You guys are doing a good job.
Good job. Best of me. She's the one. She's the Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean? She's the behind the.
Yeah, the one behind the curtains.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, for sure. She
has that same voice too, huh?
But what is it? How's that voice go, Buff?
I can't. I just did it when I coughed.
I coughed.
Yeah, we just kind of make mention that one of our council members kind of tagged us into a post and said, make sure you tag your crew and stuff. But how proud everybody is of that. And the main thing is one of the things is, we want to keep the elders safe. It's kind of cold out there. RSV, the flu, all that stuff is ramping up and stuff.
Yeah.
So if we don't feel, well enough, we kind of want to bring that live stream to your home, because there's tools that you can use, whether it be your phone or you can put it on YouTube. And a lot of those TVs are smart these days. You just throw it up on there and you can see them and stuff too. So yeah, good shout out there.
I was sure. They say that they asked a couple times when they weren't doing the games. They're like, we really enjoyed that. He said some of those commentators, they can get going, and he said, boy, they're kind of goofy and stuff. So I said, we really enjoy it. So that's pretty. That's why you guys didn't hear me on it yet. So I probably turned it into a comedy show.
And it ended up being beep, beep, beep. Hey, so I got one last shout out that we're gonna go ahead and get into it right here. No, hey, this is the long shout out here.
Oh, geez.
All right, so this shout out right here is gonna go to this young man. His name is Isaiah Yellow Cloud. Isaiah is a Winnebago tribal member. I'm gonna just read some of this stuff right here about Isaiah. He is a football player / scholar from the high school up in Santee, Nebraska. Isaiah Yellow Cloud, but he's an enrolled member. I'm going to read a little bit of something about him. There's a game coming up here next week, I believe, up in Santee. Winnebago travels up there to play boys and girls varsity basketball, and there's going to be some stuff going on up there, so I'm going to go ahead and read this up here. Excuse me. It says Isaiah Yellow Cloud will be hosting a 50-50 benefit raffle during the home game in Santee, Nebraska versus the Winnebago Indians high school varsity games to help with costs of Isaiah's to attend the Nebraska All-Star 6-man team versus the Wyoming All-Star 6-man team. 16 of Nebraska's best 6-man players will face off with 16 of Wyoming's best at Chadron State College in Chadron, Nebraska on May 30th. So May 30th. The Santee school will provide a ride, also a helmet, shoulder pads, and leg pads. There is a fee for Isaiah to attend this very special event that the family hopes that this fundraising event will help cover the cost of the jersey, pants, food, and room at Chadron. So I already know that the listeners are probably going to think, who's this Isaiah kid? You know, who is this guy? And Coach just now said that he's Winnebago, so I'm going to go ahead and read this part off about Isaiah. Isaiah Yellow Cloud finished the 2024 season as 48th in the top 50 nationally for receiving yards. Oh, not quarterback. He's a receiver, looks like. For receiving yards in 6, 8, or 9-man football with only playing 8 games, no postseason. He was a Swiss Army knife of a player, playing defense, offense, and special teams, as Isanti often plays their games with 10 players on a good day. Isaiah has played almost every down for the last 2 seasons and had significant playing time as a sophomore and freshman. Over the course of high school career, from 21 to 24, he was a 1-time defensive player of the game, 4-time offensive player of the game, and a 5-time overall player of the game. Summer of 2024, he told his mom, "I want to reach 1,000 yards and make first team all-district." He dedicated his time in the gym, and he was very determined to reach his goal, and he did so, and then some. This year passed his mark with 1,001 yards, so he got his 1,000 yards by 2 yards there.
Yeah.
So he ended his career with 1,723 yards. Isaiah varsity lettered all 4 years and made honorable mention all district as center in 22. Second team all district as center in 23, and first team all district as center in 24. Quite the accomplishment, since the state champions are also in the Santee district. Okay. The biggest surprise and blessings were that Isaiah also is Santee's first player to be selected to the Nebraska first team all-state as a center, and also the very first player to be selected to represent the Santee school, the Santee Sioux Nation, and the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska in 6-man all-star game in May. So here's who Isaiah is. Yellow Cloud is a member of the Winnebago tribe. He is the son of Anita, LaPointe, and Dion. Isaiah's grandfather was the late Elvis Yellow Cloud. He was ThunderClan. His great-grands is Theodore Yellow Cloud, Alvina Buchanan, great-grandfather Thomas Buchanan. Isaiah has been very humble about his accomplishments. He says, without his teammates and coaches, it wouldn't have been possible. He also thanks his cousin, bro, Christian Torres, for passing him the ball. Christian was the guy who broke records in passing up there. Christian is also amazing. He broke a state record for 6-man all-time passing yards with 6,387 yards passing.
Wow.
So anyway, like I said, Winnebago plays up in Santee. I believe it's next week.
You got me kind of confused here. So he's making all these things as a center. So obviously 6-man center is eligible because he's doing all these receiving yards.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, I
don't know about 6-man
either. I got to learn
that. Getting that 1,001 yards receiving, that's you gotta have everybody on one side, right?
Yeah, better than Tyreek Hill this year, huh?
Yeah, you gotta have everybody on one side. But hey, that's incredible, man.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, congratulations to that young man. And like I said, they're gonna have the basketball game between Winnebago and Santee up there in Santee. So when you guys are up there, make sure and look at the fundraising efforts that are going on out there, and let's see what's good.
Check with Waylon LaPlante. He said he's buying everybody's supper. He said,
"Oh, glizzies."
Waylon's king of glizzies up there on the.
So I just want to give that shout out to young man, Mr. Isaiah Yellow Cloud, and thanks Dion for sending me that information about the young man. So let's try to help out and get him to where he needs to get.
Yeah, that'd be cool,
right, man. All right, so let's get into the show, man. The first item that we got up on the agenda is the trade in the NBA. There's a few of them that happen, right?
Yeah.
But there's one that just has everybody just
stop
worried.
The internet, right?
Yeah, it had to have stopped the internet, man. You just it seems like not even just sports websites are sending out news, but the big trade between Dallas and Los Angeles, the Mavs and the Lakers, the big dog Luka Doncic got traded out to LA for the big dog AD and Anthony Davis. So let's kind of get this discussion started. G, I know when you first heard it, you was kind of thinking, what the heck, you know?
Yeah.
Because I know that, you know, in pro sports, you have your kind of favorite teams too, you know. But even if your favorite team isn't the Mavericks or the Lakers, this still is big news, right?
Right. I think too, man, like that whole front office, you know, we have athletes that play the game and then they go into like general manager positions, and kind of those decisions are very, I watched HBO's Hard Knocks, and when they traded Saquon Barkley to the Eagles, you know, it's just like, oh man, did they make a mistake? So it's very interesting to see how this trade's going to play out, you know, in this year and the following years after that. So I was stunned, you know what I mean? B-Luv, what'd you think?
Yeah, I was the same way. I mean, I woke up and I shared a couple of things on Facebook. There's that one where it's that La Bamba guy, Bob, when he calls Richie.
He's like, no.
Yeah, he said Richie, like that. So there was that meme, but it said Luca on there, like that. You know, like all the Dallas fans.
Yeah.
Myself, I don't know how it's gonna. I seen both the reaction. You seen NBA players' reaction when they heard it. You know, people on the bench. Kevin Durant was one of them. Everybody looking at each other like, what the heck's going on? You know.
Yeah.
So, and then I guess even then Luka and AD, nobody even knew what was going on, and they both got traded. And they're like, man, you know nothing was going on.
Yeah, that is seemingly crazy, you know, because you're trying to develop a team.
Yeah.
And, you know, that chemistry is a big part of your basketball team.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, bam, you know, it's just like, dang.
Then Luka's barely even 25 years old, but he's been in the league for years, you know, 7 years.
7 years.
So, but he's barely 25 and he even touched his prime yet, you know. So I think that was probably a dumb trade. I'm personally, I do. And then I just now see today that general manager from I don't know if it's true because it's on Facebook, but you never know. That general manager from Dallas resigned because he's getting all kinds of.
He probably getting death threats and all that.
Maybe, yeah, with all good stuff going on. But he resigned.
What do you think, Keith?
Wow, I was in shock. I'm still in shock. You know, I'm still in shock. And then listening to like ESPN and some of the experts talk about this trade, I heard Paul Pierce had a really strong one on his podcast. I saw. The guys, you know, Stephen A. Everybody has like, you know, what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And then they trying to compare like, well, you know, one trade was for immediate results, and one's for results for down the road, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I mean, think about it. LeBron was the biggest name in the NBA for years, right? Where does he end up in his career? LA. A lot of people end up in LA for the end of their career, you know, whether they end up winning or not. Early in Luka's career, going to LA. I mean, it's a smart move for LA. Really smart move for LA. I think they really, in the long run, that they won the trade, you know. But in the short term, right now, I don't think they won the trade. You know, I think it's going to take a couple years for that all to pan out. You know, as for Dallas, I could see why the guy got the way he resigned. I could just see it, like in the post and the town, the reaction from the city and stuff like that, and all the posts and everything, all the videos. So then I don't think that's a real good trade anyway, because AD always gets hurt all the time.
He's real accident prone,
like
injury prone.
They call him Mr. Glass, right?
Mr. Glass for a reason.
Yeah, and so I don't know. So you go to I go to conspiracy theories, and I always think about this too. Like, it's a business, right? Mm-hmm. And this year the ratings for the NBA are the lowest they've been since Mike retired. The lowest. So how do you fix that? You know, how do you fix that? You gotta mix something up.
I'll say something. Some of the guys, my boys, ain't gonna like it, but how you fix that? Bring Caitlin Clark to the NBA. Let her come start pulling from Steph range. That'll get those ratings back up. That's the reason why they're down too, because they're all watching WNBA now because of her. You know, hate her if you want, hate me if you want. And if you guys don't like it, she's bad.
They hung her jersey this weekend, huh?
Somebody tag Caitlin Clark in this episode here.
I always go over there to the University of Iowa's powwow, so I'll let her know.
Now let her know.
So there you go. But, yeah. So I mean, like, what else you guys about that is? Do you guys think LA could win out long term?
Long run. Yeah, because then you'll get other peeps that would want to come play with him. Honestly, get LeBron and Bronny out of there. Oh, free up some money. and then go and get a couple of the guys. They should have traded them two to Dallas and kept AD there. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Well,
did you hear that? Everybody's switching off the stream now because you mentioned get rid of LeBron. No, I'm just like,
that's probably just Manny.
Hey, you know one thing that did happen though after that trade happened is they said over 2,000 season ticket holders are getting their money back.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
That's the reason why they went down there.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey, can someone grab it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, but but one thing I was thinking too is like the crazy thing that I think about this trade is they saw what they said. Okay, so Luka, 7 years in the league, got in the league when he was a teenager, and he's at 25 or something like that years old. Like you said, didn't even hit his prime, and he is continuously kind of like trolled about his defense and his weight, right? His being in shape and stuff. But he still is the best offensive player in the league.
Yeah, for the guards.
Yeah, for the guards.
Yeah, I see.
He's still the best offensive player in the league.
I think I heard Shaq say that same thing.
Yeah.
He's better than 99% of the guards that are in
And
the league now.
then they say he don't play defense, right?
Yeah.
But he still led a fifth seed team to the NBA championship games, right? The finals.
Yeah.
And so how could you trade someone like that?
Well,
You know, like all he could do is get better.
Yeah, he's going to have the ball in his hand more now than he did when he was with Dallas when Kyrie was there. So, like how when he first came in, then he was taking all the shots and doing this and that. You know, of course he's knocking him down. He's probably going to be like that again. You know, people got to respect LeBron still, you know, but those days are probably done. He's going to have to take all the shots in LA now, too. Then they got the other little point guard, or that little shooting guard that's pretty good, too. Reeves or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not too bad. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It'll be cool to see how it pans out.
So overall, though, you talking about the ratings and stuff. Do you think this trade helps with the ratings here? Are people going to start to tune in a little bit more?
I think they will. I mean, for one, LA is always on TV anyway.
Always on TV.
Always on TV anyway. I mean, now maybe a lot more people are going to even watch because, and that's probably why the ratings are down, is because they're one of the teams that they always show, and everybody's like,
Yeah.
But maybe now they're going to start tuning in.
Well, we're talking about NBA news too. What happened with that Butler dude? Like, he got
Nothing.
suspended?
I don't know what happened to him, like what happened, but I know he was really trying to bark around about a trade, and I don't think that happened with him.
And then he's suspended indefinitely? I mean,
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I was reading on that one is that he got into it, Pat Riley.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't get into it, Pat Riley. Pat Riley don't care who you are, you know.
Yeah.
And so they left him behind or something like that on a road trip or something. So
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Wow.
they just headed out, huh?
yeah, we're definitely gonna have to keep our ears and eyes peeled to those.
Well, he can hoop too.
reports,
He's
yeah.
good too, but he can't. He's
So,
not
so
either.
like the big voicers and stuff, the people around here, who do they cheer for? I mean, like, are they a lot of Wolves fan or Oklahoma Thunder? I'm like, what do you?
Well, that's all. That's
It's a big mix now.
Yeah,
Is it?
now, yeah.
Is it? Like-
Everybody used to be Bulls fans back in the 90s, but
Yeah.
I don't know how it is now. Like I see a lot of people like the Lakers still. I mean,
Man, one of my boys like the Lakers. One of them like Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Those are their squads right now. And Dallas. They like Dallas too because of Kyrie, since he's native.
Standing Mountain, is that what his name is, or what's his
Little
name?
Mountain.
Little Mountain. Yeah.
Chusky Mountain. All right, so hey, we're gonna move on up into the next
Next subject,
topic, man.
All right.
This coming Sunday, y'all, Super Bowl Sunday,
Oh, man.
Eagles, Chiefs.
Tell you right now who I'm cheering for.
Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm cheering for the food, man.
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
cheering for the food.
definitely-
You know,
that's what we're gonna
'cause
do, too.
I'm tired of, I just have a problem with the Chiefs, man. So here's my gripe. If you haven't heard it, and you probably heard me talking on the show and stuff, but they go into that one time where, remember after what's his name in Minneapolis, the whole thing, the riots happened and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, the first game out of the gate, they had it in Chiefs. And Alicia comes out, we're all equal, and she sings this beautiful song, and it's just like they have people crying, and we're all equal, hold hands, and all this and that. Then they go into that stupid ass, that stupid chant, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, you know what I mean? And then they got a dude beating on that drum. It's still racism down there, man. So
Yeah.
that's my only. not to say anything. I know there's a lot of Chiefs fans out there and stuff. You know what I mean? But so I'm gonna be pulling for the Eagles.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm gonna second that. I'm gonna pull for the Eagles too because I really lost like respect for that Mahomes after I see him trying to literally flop and get flagged. You guys cannot.
He did too.
Yeah. So I mean, I totally lost it. He's
you.
bubble wrap boy. You can't touch him. You can't do nothing with him. And,
Bubble wrap boy.
yeah. I mean, you get close to him and he'll fall down, and then there's 15 right there every time. Every time. Yeah. So just like this is not I don't wish injury on anybody, but I just wish that the defense, Philadelphia's defense, just get a third stringer and just have him lower the boom and just nail him after he throws the pass, just hard as you can. Spear him, get kicked out of the game. Because just see what it is. Because he's the one that's doing why they got all that little fake quarterback.
I got a story for you guys.
This is the Big Boy Sports Talk Show.
But I'm gonna take you back to when we were playing down in Bancroft, right? And our coach at the time was Tim Bowen. And you remember, Tim, big dude, played for Peru State and all that stuff. He was our coach, and then Lance Morgan was our coach at one time as well and stuff. But it was me, Scott Carnes. That was kind of the crew there, Kenny Carnes, all those guys and stuff. OC, Chuck, Terrell. Anyways, man, we were getting. They end up winning state that year. Bancroft did, and we played 8-man back in those days. Mm-hmm. Well, we were always everybody's homecoming.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, we were just kind of getting frustrated and stuff. But Tim goes, "I'm gonna buy a steak dinner for that person that spears." Because there was a guy, they were on that float, and they kind of cruised by, and they said, "Well, let's just spit on him," and that, ticked him off and stuff. So he said, "I'm gonna buy a steak dinner for anybody that spears that football player that said that." Scott Carnes.
Oh yeah.
He was out of bounds. Boom! Speared the guy, man.
Steak dinner.
Yep. So we'll see what happens at Super Bowl, huh?
Yeah.
This is the Big Boy Sports Talk Show.
Scott used to be one of those guys where I remember he used to kick off the tee. And anybody else, you kick off the tee, you're the last line of defense in case they get by. This guy would kick off the tee. Scott kick off the tee, he'd be the first one down right as his
that sprint, boom,
lower the boom on these guys back there, just like hurt them. Mm-hmm. Him and Rocky were fun to watch back when they were young, man. That was good stuff.
Right around the time when they caught it, they were almost there. Right?
Yeah, he was already almost there when they caught it. I was like, dang, that's crazy.
Q, so, who do you got then?
I got a
Bubble boy.
I know, man. I'm real. I'm one of those guys too. Like, you see history happening,
Yeah.
And I want it to happen.
Yeah.
I want it to happen. I don't want it to get snuffed out or something like that. So, I really like Tom Brady. I was a fan all these years. But if everybody was saying, "Oh, that can't be beat. He can't beat that. That's never gonna get beat." I want to be in the lifetime when it gets beat. Yeah. Just like how when LeBron beat Kareem and stuff like that. I want to be here. So maybe I'm gonna pull for the Chiefs.
If you had $500, who are you putting your money on? You know what I mean? Like you'd have to really think about, like, seriously, like who's gonna
$250 to the refs to keep the game. So I bet on dumb calls.
Yeah, that Gradell guy, whatever his name is, the commissioner, he got asked that question because everybody's like, this is getting ridiculous now.
Yeah,
Bubble Boy or whatever his name is and stuff. But $500, who you going with?
I gotta put my money on the Chiefs. They played for me.
Saquon's a bad boy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so probably the Eagles.
For me, is because all season long, these guys were behind.
Yeah.
Almost every game they were behind going into the third or fourth quarter, like one of those.
Chiefs?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And they found a way to win.
I tell you what they found. The referees throwing flags left and right. That's what it is.
Well, what about the field goal that hit and bounced out that time that they could have lost, but it bounced out?
Well,
the refs had nothing to do with that. So a lot of it is luck too.
Okay, well, yeah.
A lot of it is luck too.
Heck with that. Those guys.
Well, we're gonna find out. But I know Kendrick is playing halftime. You guys looking forward to that?
I am. Hey, so Kendrick's gonna be in Minneapolis on April 17th. I'm taking my boys up. So
long as it ain't
of course, I'm gonna love Kendrick.
As long as it ain't Beyonce singing some country music.
Oh man, congratulations to Queen Bee too, man. I got to see her in concert, man. She's pretty dope. flying out in the sky and everything, man. Ponies and unicorns and all that stuff, man. It's crazy. It is nuts. But yeah.
It's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be. I hope it goes down to the wire. I hope it's not no lopsided match or something like that.
Well, just know I'm cheering for the food, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we'll all be down, G.
All right.
Hey, we know what we should do is we should get a poker game going on during that time too. So
let's
at
go.
some point.
We don't want to talk about the poker game last time, do we?
Oh yeah,
We already did.
so you got two of the three winners here. So yeah, might as well. Hey, so that'll be another day that we'll talk about poker. Hey, we're gonna move on. One more topic, and then we got some.
Okay, let's go.
We got some guests that just now showed up that they can get them on the mic. So last topic. Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Let's talk about that. So we just now found out just recently that an agreement has been, I guess, agreed upon that the fight is finally going to happen between Crawford and Alvarez sometime in September of this year.
It's the 13th.
The 13th?
Yeah, it's the 13th. It keeps getting better and better. I always kind of paid attention and stuff because Canelo, he fights usually on my birthday weekend, the 16th, because it's Independence weekend or whatever for Mexicans and stuff. So, yeah, it's then also it's been announced that they're not going to have it at the T-Mobile Arena. It's going to be across the street at the Allegiant, where the Raiders play. So that gives us a chance, Q.
Dude,
this
I'm
is a
already
bucket
thinking about
list
it.
item. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we got...
You guys ain't gonna do it.
We're going to be setting up fundraisers down at the big screen or something. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, prices at that last Canelo fight was $5,000 for decent seats. You know those seats that you had down at the CHI?
Yeah.
When Bud Crawford fought? Me and Juan went down there and stuff like that. Those were like $5,000, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy.
Well, see, we went to WrestleMania one time down at the AT&T Stadium down in Dallas.
Yeah.
And we had cheap seats, man. You could barely see what's going on. But even just being there is
well, that's what I'm saying.
That if you guys are gonna do it, make your way to the Circa down on Fremont Street, because you guys ain't gonna want to spend no damn $5,000 for a nosebleed ticket. So go down to the Circa. If you guys don't spend any kind of money, go into their swimming pool club, nightclub, day club type. The whole side of that building, about 7-8 stories tall, big old high def thing. They'll have that fight out there. Oh. It's a sports book.
Yeah, so they call it Stadium Swim.
Yep, Stadium Swim. Yep.
When Triple G and Canelo fought, yeah, we were out there and we did that. The whole experience, man.
Yeah,
freaking amazing.
Dude. How about those stats? Let's talk about those stats real quick. Like then, up on the screen right there, they got the age division or age difference. Crawford 35. Alvarez 33, height the same 5'8". The division are different because Bud's usually welterweight and Alvarez usually super middle.
168 and 154. Bud's gonna have to come up too, but Bud walks around about 170. Just walks around, but in fighting weight he has to drop weight. So I don't know why they just couldn't meet in the middle.
Yeah, no doubt. That record, their records: Crawford 40-0. Alvarez 59-2.
Man, there's a lot of people that are Canelo fans. And here in Nebraska, of course, you know, everybody's a Bud fan. So this is this is crazy.
It might be one of the best fights in recent history.
And the thing about it is like there hasn't been real good fights. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I know that Tank Davis has been putting on some good fights, but he hasn't been out and about and stuff. You know. The Errol Spence and Bud fight was probably the last big fight that we all try to tune into. Canelo's been fighting weird people.
That was a mangling, that fight.
It wasn't it? Like it was all hype and stuff, you know. Yeah. And then those Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fights or whatever, Logan Paul, whatever his name is.
Talking about the kind of caliber fights like the Ali Frazier type fight. That's what this fight's like.
It's supposed to be.
You know?
It's supposed to be, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I got my feelings about this one and stuff. So we'll get into what your true thoughts are on Canelo and Bud fighting and stuff. You know what I mean? Because
I think here's my true thoughts.
True thoughts
from Coach Q. I think that this fight is going to be probably a record setter, you know, for the box office and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I also think that the last fight Bud got into, that guy got some good ones on him, you know. Mm-hmm. And one of them even kind of looked like they kind of rung his bell real quick. and that was in that lower weight class, you know. But Bud's so quick, and his hands they're so like hard, you know, like like when you boom.
That guy was the same kind of fighter as Bud was same type of fighter. So it was like they were even. He was fighting himself. So however they train for a Canelo, they got to bring a bigger fighter in to spar, and then go off of how Canelo fights. That's how he gets his training in. But Bud he owned that fight anyway. Yeah. He owned it. People must say, "Oh, you did this," and he barely won, went split decision. Bud's boxing IQ so high that's what all his fights, the first 3, 4 rounds, 5 rounds, he's studying them, getting it down. Then after that, 10, 11, it's over. It's just gonna take a minute.
Yeah. So who's coming out?
I'm a Bud Crawford fan, man.
Okay, so is it going the distance?
It's going to go the distance, though.
Yeah.
Split decision, UD. Unanimous.
I better go split.
I better go split, too.
Dang. No knockouts, huh?
No, not even any knockdowns.
I hope there's a couple knockdowns both ways, because I've never seen Bud get knocked down. I'd like to see him get knocked down once, but
I think
see how he reacts.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just so excited to see it, because I watch both of them fight.
I feel you guys. I feel you,
and you're always sitting there like, man, I wish those guys would fight. Nah, that's never gonna happen.
Right.
That's never gonna happen. Well, it's gonna happen.
Man, those what is it? The Saudi whatever they're called, Sports Authority or whatever. Those are sponsoring those huge, and I mean they give some entertainment value and everything too. Man, they're kind of doing the thing, huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to get all the good ones. Hey, you guys, we have about just less than 15 minutes left in the show, and I got some guests here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get them up on the microphone right here on 100.9 FM, KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. This episode right here of the Big Voice Sports Talk Show, we are getting ready to do a short interview with, once again, the Winnebago Girls Wrestling Squad, and we have a couple of the veterans up here right now. We have Precious and Avani with us today. Say hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, B-Luv. Okay, so we got these girls on the show today just to visit a little bit about their past couple of weeks in wrestling. And in this past couple of weeks, these girls come out victorious as a team in our Lewis and Clark Conference wrestling meet, and came home and brought home the championship.
With just 5 girls out too? Is that what I heard?
I think, how many girls you guys got out? We had 5 places, right?
5 places?
Yeah. So
wow.
You girls. Hey, how many girls you guys got in your squad? All together, 8 or 9. Look at the one that's answering us is back there without a mic. Hey, so you girls kind of I'm gonna get these girls to answer the same questions, but you guys take us through your guys' conference wrestling meets, man, and what it took for you guys to be champions. How many matches you had, and how you guys did it. Avani, let's start with you.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to wrestle conferences this year.
Oh, hey, no. So tell us about that.
I suffered a injury.
Oh, okay.
So that prevented me from wrestling.
Okay. But hey, I still see that you're right there, right next to these girls, and hollering and pushing them, because I saw a couple of videos of your guys' squad from the conference meet, and then also you're also helping with the scouts, not Pee Wee, but the youth wrestling team. So I know that you've been staying busy, even though you got this injury here. So I do want to say thank you for not letting this injury kind of stop you from continuing on with the love of wrestling, though. So hey, Precious, look over here, girl. So take us through your conference wrestling meet.
Well, I think I had 4 matches. Trying to think. I don't think any of them were really competition that day.
That day?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you pinned everybody?
Yep.
You pinned everybody? How'd that championship match go? Who did you wrestle? Do you remember who it was?
Brooke Snyder.
Where was she from?
She's from Bancroft.
From Bancroft?
Yeah.
You wrestled her before?
Conferences. Lewis and Clark conference.
Which one is that one?
That one was when we had the duels.
Yeah, I wrestled her.
She was there.
Oh wait.
Uh-oh.
Wait. Tell me all the teams that were there.
These girls are about to wrestle right here in front of everybody.
Not just kidding.
That was Homer, Creighton, Randolph, Winside. I think that was it.
Wait,
Yeah.
I didn't have any matches. I'm thinking of a different tournament.
Different year.
Okay. Well, I'm looking up here at this one by Tramner on the 11th. The girls. Oh, I think that's the wrong one. The conference one, there was 5 girls that placed first. I think that's it right there. All right, so these pictures here from the conference meet, ladies and gentlemen, that are on the viewing. But the ones listening on the radio, that's what we're looking at right now, is these girls' pictures from the conference meet. And we had 5 girls place first place on the Lewis and Clark one, and they took home the championship as a team. And speaking with Coach Tramner, spoke with him earlier today, and he said that this conference championship is for the girls is their second conference championship. The first time they brought home that hardware as the champions for the conference would be back in 2022. So it was like 3 years ago. And so Trammer just wanted me to make mention that he's really proud of all the wrestlers. He just want to let these girls know that he's really proud of you guys. He just wants you to continue on pushing yourselves and pushing each other. And then I asked him about your guys' grades and everything like that. And he says that gladly he doesn't have to worry about that. So
Nice.
So that's one thing that I'm really happy about too. So hey, let's get these other 2 young ladies up here and talk with them just a little bit. But thank you, girls, for your words. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple of young ladies coming up here.
Got a newbie here.
Zariah Redhorn, Sanaya Redhorn, and Zoe.
Another little Wilk dog.
Zoe Wilkie are here.
How do you do this?
And then, so these young ladies, I believe, Zoe, you placed first place as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to do a better job than those 2 on telling us a little bit about your experience in the conference meet, and then how your matches went, and then I definitely want to hear about your championship round.
Actually, I had one match.
One match. So that mean that you and one other girl were the only 2 in the.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the other one was injured.
Okay.
And she didn't wrestle.
Well, let's hear about it then, because I know that the listeners and the viewers are eager to know a little bit about how you girls became the conference champs.
So, this girl, I lost against her once, but I think she's from Bancroft.
Okay.
I kind of forgot.
Okay.
But she had a blue singlet, and I think I won by points.
By points, so you guys went the distance.
Yeah.
Okay. So you lost to her one time, sometime this season. Do you remember how? Or no? Sometime this season.
Oh, she's Tri-County.
Oh, Tri-County.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you said you wrestled her once before this year?
I don't think it was this year. I think it was in junior high.
Oh, in junior high. Oh, okay. So this was kind of like a redemption one from that, huh?
Yeah.
You wrestled her before. You remember her. You lost that first time. He's like, did you tell yourself that, hey, I'm going to get her this time?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I was like, I went in there confident. Kinda.
Yeah.
I was a little scared because I lost against her before, but
Yeah.
I was pretty okay about it.
So if it's still fresh in your head a little bit, tell me some of the things that you were, as you were wrestling, what you were telling yourself, about what you just said that you wanted to beat her,
I wanted to. I honestly kind of don't remember, but I do remember feeling scared, and then I don't know.
About the results, or just
Scared about the results.
Okay,
I thought
okay.
I was gonna lose because I didn't pin her, and I was running out of time. I didn't look at the points.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking too. That maybe you wasn't taking that little time to kind of look and see how many points is up on the board. Well, hey, that's good. That sounds like a lot of these matches. We were just talking about boxing, but a lot of these really good fights, these good bouts, or these good matches, end up with a decision. You know, it doesn't always happen like somebody gets pinned or something like that. Sometimes those are, even though they're cool, they're kind of boring if they're fast, right, B?
Yeah.
And like, you know, especially if you're a fan, you kind of want to see some stuff. You know, you don't just want to see somebody come out there and just win real fast.
I guess a pin is that's what everybody wants to see. Wants to see him just go in there and just flip him around and get him pinned and be done.
I saw a couple of times where you have somebody that with experience fighting somebody or wrestling somebody with not too much experience, and you get in there for 5 seconds, boom, 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 and somebody's pinned already, and it's like, I missed it, or something, you know. Then even though you want to see that, you want to see some of the moves that these guys know. You know, they got like different moves for different positions and stuff like that. And that's kind of what I want to see. So that kind of sounds like your whole championship match, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was good. And so then, when you finally did you look up at the board as soon as you got done, or was you kind of like
I
trying to
didn't.
shake it off?
I was shaking it off more. I didn't look at the board. I was too scared.
Oh, okay. Well, that was pretty exciting though when the referee raised your hand, then, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey man, congratulations, Zoe, on that. That's a good championship story. Then, okay, then Zanaya, you're next up. I want to hear about your match too, because you're also one of the ladies that come home and took a first place home to bring this.
No, I got third.
You got third. So let's hear about that match here.
Well, I only wrestled one match.
Okay.
And I lost. And, well, what was it?
I
got my hand raised 2 times.
You got your hand raised 2 times.
Because there was no one my weight class. Just
Oh,
one girl.
okay. So hey, so you girls, tell me something though. Like Zanaya, these girls that are sitting in this room, you know, are you learning every day from these girls in
Yeah.
practice? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they pushing you, like, you know,
Yeah.
pushing you to be, you know, better, stronger, and stuff like that? Yeah.
And
Okay.
what grade are you in?
Night.
You guys both freshmen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's the new crew coming up.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to let you girls know too that you know, me and this guy, we listen to a lot of sports. We talk to a lot of people about sports, whether it be basketball, wrestling, volleyball, all these sports. You know, my kids and my grandkids, his kids and grandkids involved in all the sports all the time. You know, so when I hear people talk about Winnebago basketball, you know, you hear it all over. And the only other sport right now that people are talking about is Winnebago wrestling. And so those other sports, they're still trying to catch up with the popularity and the success that Winnebago had in the past. So you girls right now are representing like a big group of successful athletes that are coming out of our school. And so these older girls that are kind of paving a way for you, you know, starting with Zariah George, you know, and starting with her, and she left the wrestling in a real good way, a real good spot here in Winnebago, you know, and then she comes back and helps out, you know, still. And then wrestling's so young right now here in Winnebago, only a few years old, and then that, you know, you girls are really in a good spot, man. I wish that wrestling was going on way back in the day, because I think of all the girl athletes, the female athletes that came through Winnebago, and man, we could have some really good wrestlers.
Yeah, we had a lot of big ones come through, like the big burly ones that can play a little bit. You know, they played basketball a lot, volleyball, tall, big. I'm thinking of like Parker girls, Jolene and Jen. You know, R.I.P. But yeah, I'm thinking about those kind of girls. Like, man, Bink.
Yep, I was just gonna say Bink's
Bink,
name back in the days.
Yeah, that'd been crazy.
Crazy, man. So hey, so wrestling is about just like basketball is about coming to an end of the season. What do you guys got in the next few weeks before districts and stuff? What do you guys got going on? You guys
Districts is this week.
It's this week?
Districts.
We're leaving tomorrow.
We leave it tomorrow at 8, and we go to Bayard, and then we wrestle on the 7th? Yeah, Friday.
on Friday. Okay, hey, thanks for the information. You know, so the district wrestling meet's going to be on Friday in Baird,
Baird, Nebraska.
Baird,
So you
Nebraska.
guys-
Going out to Wyoming.
About 8 hours away.
You guys are going 8 hours away?
Yeah.
That's on the west side. That's on the west side
Oh, that's way out
of
there.
Nebraska.
Well, you got to go out there, and you guys will have to be out on the road for a long time to come back with that. Because then, if you guys win that or something, you guys be going to state.
Yep.
Let's go.
That's what it is right there. Hey, that's gonna be very interesting. So we're gonna definitely get you guys, get your guys' results from the district meet on the next show. You know, and hopefully we'll be talk to some state
State
champs.
qualifiers,
Well,
state-
state champs, because when is this? I think when is state? Is it within the next 2 weeks or?
February 17th through the 19th for the girls, and then
17, 18. Just 2 days first.
We might actually be on our next show. Might be one of the days when they're gonna be wrestling
Oh,
in
okay.
a couple of weeks. So
Okay.
we'll definitely, we can definitely be following you girls and give you guys some definite shout outs, and hopefully when you girls or 2-3 you girls come back with the state championship, we're gonna get you girls back on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job,
All right. So hey,
girls.
I just want to give a shout out for you girls, to your guys' coaching staff, all the coaches, Coach Tranmer and the crew, because they put in countless hours and they're doing a really good job with you girls. Because like I said, all I hear out there outside of our community is about Winnebago wrestling, and it's because you girls here. Okay. So hey, thank you girls for joining us. I think we were trying to get one of the basketball coaches on the air as well to talk a little bit about Winnebago basketball. We're gonna have to catch up with that in 2 weeks from now.
Yep.
All right. But Winnebago boys basketball advanced to the second round of the Lewis and Clark basketball tournament. Their next game is on Friday in Wausau against Wausau, and I believe Wausau's like 17-1 or 18-1.
Oh.
So they're gonna have their hands full. But
And the girls are tomorrow.
and the girls play tomorrow.
Yep.
And do you know who they play? Oh, they play Creighton in Creighton.
Yeah. Yep. That sounds right.
Okay, so good luck to both those teams, and we'll definitely have some information about the rest of the season in the next episode in 2 weeks. So, B-Luv. Any last words?
Thanks for coming out. God bless you. Good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. You are listening to 100.9 FM. This is KWTN, the Big Voice Radio. Thanks for tuning in, the Big Voice Sports Talk Show. Your host, Coach Q, along with B-Luv, is in the house. We're out.